First off, I'm sorry, Francis.
Why is Daniel Cormier apologizing to Francis Ngannou? The Cameroonian is living his best life right now, with a PFL deal to die for and a boxing match with Tyson Fury set in Saudi Arabia in October. But back when he had trouble reaching an agreement with a couple of MMA promotions, Cormier had told the Predator to bite the bullet and return to the UFC.
You sometimes have to just bite the bullet and go, man, you know what? I'm going to go back to what's familiar. Because you and I both agree that there are some very dangerous fights for him in the boxing arena. So while you may cash in one time, it may not be sustainable. And he's also 36 years old. So he doesn't have much time.
Yep.
Cormier has now apologized for doubting the baddest man on the planet.
First off, I'm sorry, Francis. Like, this guy is, it's a crazy turn of events for Francis Ngannou, but we are both insanely happy for him.
Yes.
I want to be wrong in this situation. I'm happy that he's getting paid in that way.
Now, while many in the MMA community are happy about Francis Ngannou's success, the boxing community isn't very happy about it, especially when they won't get to see Fury versus Alexander Usyk anytime soon. Recently, former soccer star Andy Townsend drew a fiery response from Tyson Fury's promoter Frank Warren after calling Fury versus Ngannou a Mickey Mouse fight.
How dare you!
He's the world champion. He's someone that we all absolutely love to see having proper fights, not Mickey Mouse stuff on the other side of the world in the middle of the night.
What? Sorry, stop. Where'd you get Mickey Mouse?
Well, because he's the world champ, Frank. He's the world champ and he should be fighting the proper people.
Well, sorry, we made serious offers to what you call the proper people. So what you're saying, the guy who's not a proper athlete?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all.
So I don't understand the point you make. Is he not a warrior? Is he not a fighter? Is he not the best? What is UFC a Mickey Mouse situation?
Imagine if Ngannou knocks Fury out in their Mickey Mouse fight. A 1 in a million chance is still a chance, isn't it? UFC's Apex ring announcer Bruce Buffer says he'd love to see a cage fight between Paddy Pimblett and a high-profile YouTube sensation. But before we dive deeper into that story, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on those notifications. Thank you. Bruce Buffer is a huge fan of Logan Paul, and he thinks the YouTuber-turned-combat sports star would be a great addition to the UFC roster.
First off, I'd love to see Logan Paul just walk in no matter who he fights, and I'll tell you why. It's like when you have an influencer like him that has such a far reach, he will bring eyeballs to the UFC that have not even gone on to the UFC. So he's a wrestler, he has a wrestling base, he's a fantastic athlete.
Unlike Jake, Logan has a fantastic relationship with UFC President Dana White, and he even sponsors the UFC through his Prime Hydration energy drink. Last year, Dana was asked about the possibility of Logan fighting in the UFC, and he didn't give a very optimistic response.
I like Logan Paul, but I would never say never that, I would never do that, but every Tuesday I go into matchmaking and we don't talk about that kind of stuff.
But, in case their stars align, Bruce Buffer thinks that Paddy Pimblett would be a fantastic matchup for Logan, and a fight between the two would be close to Zuckerberg versus Musk.
Match him up properly with an opponent. Paddy Pimblett would be like a huge fight. Who would not want to tune in and watch that fight? It's great ratings. It's not Musk and Zuckerberg, but it's pretty darn close. It would really bring a lot of eyeballs. So if Logan wants to train, go in and be a warrior and do it, more power to him. Why not?
Paul himself is interested in a cage fight with Pimblett, although it doesn't quite make sense since Logan is a big guy who walks around at over 200 pounds, whereas Pimblett's a lightweight. But who do you think would win if the fight happens? Alexandre Pantoja fulfilled his dream of becoming a UFC champion after defeating Brandon Moreno at UFC 290. But much of the talk was about him working for Uber Eats for 2 years to make ends meet. Critics of the UFC were quick to slam Dana White and the promotion for keeping the fighters underpaid. But Pantoja doesn't want to stir any controversy. In a recent interview, he clarified working for Uber Eats, saying that it had nothing to do with his UFC pay.
I don't try to put some bad thing for UFC. I love UFC. UFC take care about all the fighters. This is the best event about fighters on the world. I want people to understand, and I say that about COVID. When COVID coming, my family back to Brazil. And I back to Florida, keep training, and I fight with Manel Capi, and I make a good fight. And then I can bring my family back because I can make a down payment for my house, and I put a lot of money for that. And because, like I say, man, I'm very family guy. I don't can live without my family. And I bring my family back to US, but of course I make a down payment, and get money short. In that moment, of course, what I wanna do, like I say, I don't have daddy to take care about me. I don't have anybody in US.
Mark Zuckerberg is in peak physical shape, and that's a bit of a worry for Elon Musk and his admirers. Amidst talks of a potential cage fight between the two tech giants, they seem to have formed their training camps. Earlier this month, former UFC 2-division champion George St. Pierre trained with Elon Musk, later revealing that he's stronger than an average human.
He's someone that I really, really admire for all his accomplishment and all the ideas that he stands for. We train together, and what I can say is that he is much stronger than the average man, and he is very tough.
Musk may be stronger than an average person, but Zuckerberg is above average as well. And he recently trained with a couple of above-average humans in Israel Adesanya and Alexandre Volkanovski. Zuckerberg certainly looks in pretty good shape, and he was honored to train with the UFC champions, he said in a comment on Adesanya's Instagram post. Who do you think would win a fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg? At a fairly young age, Sage Northcutt has seen the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in MMA. He started his UFC career as one of the brightest prospects in the game, but within a few years he fell down the pecking order and was out of the promotion before anyone knew it. Northcutt's one championship debut in 2019 was a nightmare, as he had his face shattered by Cosmo Alexandre and needed multiple surgeries to fix his facial fractures. This past May, Northcutt made his return to the cage after 4 years and secured a gritty comeback submission victory. With a win under his belt, Northcutt feels that he's ready to become the champion he was always destined to be, and he has a legendary blueprint to follow to that end.
Oh, Mighty Mouse, his career has been fantastic. He's one of the top best guys in the whole world. He's always been one of the pound-for-pound best. He's phenomenal. So yeah, I'd like to be able to be in the spot he's at in the future and be the champ and be the main face of one championship. That'd be great.
Johnson started his one championship career by winning the one flyweight World Grand Prix, and he currently holds the one flyweight 135-pound title, which he recently defended against arch-rival Adriano Moraes. Will Sage Northcutt be as successful as Demetrious Johnson in one championship? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. To stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of mixed martial arts and boxing, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on your notifications. Thank you for your continued love and support, and we'll see you in the next one.